Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We're up here at windy, cold Flemington, New Jersey at a new dealership for the channel. We're here at Car and Truck Country of Flemington to take a look at a brand new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. And this is in that way up high Summit trim. So let's dig in. All right, we're at the front end of this 2023 Grand Cherokee Summit in Baltic Gray Metallic. That is the color. We have that Jeep badge in the middle. We have that recognizable Jeep grille up top with the silver trim, LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED turn signals, LED fog lamps, functionality of the grille top and bottom. Some nice silver trim down below, splash guards up front, down by the wheels, looking good. All right, wheel and tire setup on this Grand Cherokee. We have a 20-inch wheel, all silver, all the way around. That's it, nice and plain, nice and simple, which I think plays off well against that Baltic graphite metallic paint. We have ventilated rotors, standard calipers. Tire size, we're 265 on the width, a 50 series sidewall 20s, all four corners, four-wheel drive. All right, full side profile on this Grand Cherokee L. It is a large SUV for a mid-size three-row SUV. This is bordering on full size with this extra long Grand Cherokee. I love the paint. Two-tone, black on top, gray on the bottom, which is indicative of the Summit trim. You get that two-tone paint, which I really like. It's just that classic Grand Cherokee body style. Even though this was redesigned in 2022, it still screams Jeep and screams Grand Cherokee, which I like as we shout back to the heritage of the brand. Nice job on the exterior styling. Let me know what you think in the comments. As we move in closer, wheel wells, all body color. Smart move, I like that. We are gloss black on the side view mirror, LED turn signals, 360-degree cameras. We have color matched on the front and back door handle with a little chrome trim, which is nice. Left side fuel filler cap. Up top, we got the black roof with silver roof rails, that shark fin antenna, and a panoramic sunroof. Nice. All right, we are now at the rear end of this Grand Cherokee L, which has a very boxy shape overall, even though they smoothed out some of the corners, but it makes the rear end fairly flat. We have a very stubby roof spoiler, but we do have the digital rear view camera in there. That means the windshield wiper needs to move down low on the glass. Jeep badge in the middle, LED lighting all over the back of the vehicle. 4x4 L on the left, Summit on the right, dual exhaust down below, and in the middle with that panel, that's your tow hitch, and you're looking at this vehicle being able to tow up to 6,200 pounds. With that functional dual exhaust, let's see how it sounds. All right, we are under the hood of this 2023 Grand Cherokee L. And what do we have for a power plant? We have a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 293 horsepower, 257 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 18 in the city, 25 on the highway, 21 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, we are sitting in this 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Summit trim. Before we get started with the interior review, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this Jeep cost? Well, it ain't cheap. MSRP, the way this one is optioned, $70,400. So let's check out the interior. All right, footbox action in this Grand Cherokee L. We have a nice large dead pedal brake on accelerator, Summit trim. I think we need aluminum trim on the pedals to make it look just to finish off the footbox. That's what I would recommend. As we come across here, we have this illuminated Summit sill plate that welcomes you to the car. And what do we have here? We have power seats for the driver and front passenger with thigh support, which I like, where you can just move this out and that'll move out and move in to support your thighs on long drive, which I think is a nice touch. You get that all the way back in. And then we move up and we have these beautiful seats. Beautiful seats with the copper cross stitch, diamond pattern, nice bolstering. You have your Summit embossed into the seats for both the driver and the front passenger. Beautiful headrests, white piping as well that comes down the side of the seats. Just a beautiful display of the seats here in this Grand Cherokee L. All right, door panel time, and just a really nice looking door panel. Actually, it's really beautiful. You have leather up top. You have the open pore wood design up top as well around the brushed aluminum door handle. We do have memory seat settings for the driver, 2 of them, as well as the front passenger, 2 of them. And up top on the above the memory seatings, you see that picture of a seat. That is the massage action. So you have massaging seats for the driver and front passenger, and it feels great. I had them on earlier. It feels really good. You also have that leather, a copper diamond pattern cross stitch on the interior of the door panel. We do have some gloss black around the switchgear, but I'm not a big fan of, and a nice soft armrest. Nicely done. All right, dashboard action, and it's a very straight dash. It's very boxy. It's very straight across. We have soft touch up here with the copper cross stitch, more of that in the middle, the open pore wood down below. You have a nice large glove box. All right, infotainment system time, but before we get to that, the buttons that are on top of it, we have our engine auto stop start on off. You have your traction control off. This is the active lane management on or off. 4 ways, parking sensors on off, and this button right here is the park assist for parallel parking, perpendicular parking, so the car will do that on its own as long as you have it positioned within the grid lines. So pretty cool. We'll turn that off, and now as we come back down to the infotainment system, we have a 3-block looking infotainment system, which I like. We have the maps on the left right here, and then we have our music here on the right, and then up top we have more displays with our heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. We have heated and ventilated seats for the front passenger as well. You can control those within the infotainment system screen, or you can come down here and they have physical buttons for them as well. Right here for the heated seats and the ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and then your heated and ventilated seats for the passenger. So they have redundancies built in, which I like. As we go into reverse, there's our backup camera, nice and clear with trajectory, the 360 camera view on the left, and you can switch your camera views to see what you need to see. Here's our front camera view. Here's right in front of the car. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about it, which is really, really nice. And here's our backwards facing camera, which we're as well. So just really cool stuff here in this Grand Cherokee L, and a nice camera system. If I haven't mentioned, we have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. This is Uconnect number 5, and we have our maps, our vehicle settings. You have your surround view cameras and all that good stuff. Family camera, you turn that on, you can see everybody in the back, make sure the family is behaving themselves. So there's a lot of cool technology inside of Uconnect 5. It's one of the best systems on the market, and I really, really like it. You can go to your apps. This is compatible with Alexa. You have your off-road pages as well, where you can go in and check that stuff out and how everything is behaving when you're off-road. So they just have a lot of cool stuff inside of this system. I can't explore it all on this video today, but really nicely done. But the basics for everybody that wants to know: you have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot, and you have the 360 camera and all that other good jazz in here with this Uconnect number 5. As we move further down, I already showed you the manual controls for the ventilated seats and the heated steering wheel. We come down further, dual climate control action, which is nice. We come down further, USB-Cs, USB-As. You have a 12 volt and a wireless charging pad right down there. Very, very nicely done. As we come down even further, here's our dial to go through the gears of this 8-speed automatic transmission. Here are our settings for our drive modes: sport, auto, snow, sand, mud, and rock. We'll show you that on the dash. As we look at this is going to change your modes, your drive modes as well. From right here, that's how you're going to do it. And then over here, this is going to change the ride height of the vehicle based on the mode. So you change your modes here you change your ride height here. So that's kind of cool. We come down further, here's our 4-wheel drive low, and then we have our hill descent control, 2 cup holders, and then a really nice key fob. I mean, this is beautiful. We have lock, unlock, remote start, pop the tailgate, panic button, the Jeep badge on the back. Really nice weight. It feels really good in your hand. This is one of my favorite key fobs. Center armrest, nice leather with the copper cross stitch, looking great. Open that up. We have an area for papers and whatnot. To bring that up, sorry about that. And you have a nice larger area for storage. All right, steering wheel action on this Grand Cherokee L. Nice leather wrap steering wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches, nice copper cross stitch all over the place. Jeep on the horn button, more nice open pore wood on the bottom of the steering wheel. And then we have gloss black though on the switch gear. On the left, we have our telephone and voice commands. On the right, we have our adaptive cruise control and safety suite controls. Here are the paddles to go up and down this 8-speed automatic transmission. Headlight turn signals and bright lights on here. And then we have our front and rear wiper here on the right side. And then down below, you can control your headlight settings, fog lamp settings, and dash settings. Electronic parking brake way down there. As we come in closer, here is our digital dash, which looks really nice. And as we go through the modes, it just doesn't do a whole lot. You get some pictures like going through the snow or in the sand and in the mud. So it is kind of neat, but not as aggressive as the display as you would have thought for some of the other ones. But overall, it is a nice setup here with this digital dash in this Grand Cherokee. And at this price point, that is to be expected that we need to have a digital dash. There's no doubt about that. And then you do have some more of this wood that surrounds it, so nicely done. Overhead console, pretty blingy overhead console with a lot of gloss black plastic. But what we're looking at here is we got LED lighting. If you want the lights to come on when you open and close the door, this button has to be in the off position. Then when you open the door, the LED lighting will come on. When you close the door, it will dim and go off. Now, here are controls for our panoramic roof. So we can open the shade, we can open the roof, we can just tilt the roof. So those are our deals. And when we hit the open the shade, that shade is going to go all the way to halfway. And then if we hit it again, it'll go all the way to the back. So a really large one, and then we can open up the glass if we wish. So when we hit it to come back, you hit it once and it will come back all the way closed. So it's halfway on the way open, and then another shot to get it all the way, and then on the way back it's one touch to come all the way closed. So nicely done. Here is our sun visor vanity mirror. We pull that off. Does it go slide back? Yes, it slides all the way back for the side sun. Nicely done. Here's our digital rear view mirror. You can do non-digital by flipping this back, and now it's going back to normal, or you can keep it on digital with that up, and then you have an unimpeded look behind this large Grand Cherokee L. Nice. All right, we also have power fold mirror action. They fold in and they fold out, and they will. There you go. And when you lock the car, they will fold in, and that's using this switch here. So here's adjust mirror to the left, adjust mirror to the right, leave it in the center and neutral. But if you want to fold these mirrors in, if you're going to the car wash, you got to spin this dial all the way down, pointing at it, and now they'll go in. So that's the trick of this switch for those mirrors. All right, we are in the mid row of this 2023 Grand Cherokee L. We have captain's chairs here in the mid row, nice and comfortable, plenty of headroom with this flat roof. So you know you're going to get plenty of headroom at 5'11", plenty of shoulder width room, plenty of knee space with this seat, set for my driving position. Nice consistency of design front to back, all the nice materials on the door panels, and the design is carried over to the back doors, which I really like. We have that upgraded Alpine sound system in here as well, so I have extra speakers back here, and which I really like, and I'll show you in a little bit, I have my heat and air vents in the B pillars, which I think looks really cool. All right, the center console for rear seat passengers, and we got a massive command center. Massive. We have dual climate for the rear seat passengers, which is nice. 3-stage heated seats for both mid passengers in the mid row. At this price point, 70 grand, I think we need ventilated seats here in the back as well, but there aren't there. These are blank switches, so that's tough. 2 heat and air vents. Down below we have a home power source, 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB-As. We have cargo nets behind the front passengers for the rear seat, and then we have a center console action where we have 2 cup holders, a lot of gloss black in here, which is going to take a beating, an area for storage. And then as we open up the center console, we have 1 area for storage here, and then I believe this will just come out, and you have a deeper area for more storage. So nicely done. But overall, just a really nice look here in the mid row of this Grand Cherokee L. And you also have the manual sunshades that you can lift up, put up so you can see out but nobody can see in. But if you're not using them, keep them down, because that spring is going to wear out, and if you leave them up all the time and you try to get it down, it's just going to flap like that and not look good. So keep them down if you're not using them. Like I mentioned earlier, there are the vents that are in the B pillars, one on the right side and one over here on the left. I love when they have those in there. I think it just finishes off the back of the car really nicely. Nice job. All right, 3rd row time in this Grand Cherokee L, and this is the one part of the review I always hate. But to get into the 3rd row, here's your button. You pull it up, and the seat moves all the way up and out of the way. So it gives you plenty of room. Now the L is longer, so I should have an easier time getting in, which I do, and sitting down, which I do. All right, now I'm in the 3rd row, looking good. I got plenty of knee room with the seat back in place, no problem. Plenty of headroom, so for larger size adults, this L gives you plenty of 3rd row space. So that's a nice touch. I also have a USB-A and a USB-C right here for connectivity. So they got you covered, and you have a heat and air vent right here as well. So I'm going to be kept cool and in the winter or in the summer, and warm in the winter, sitting all the way back here, and it won't be stuffy. So that's really nice. All right, I'm still in the 3rd row. And the one thing I don't like back here in this 3rd row are these 2 buttons here. These 2 buttons down by my knee, these power fold the 3rd row down. So if I push one of these, the seats will start to fold in on me. So if I'm sitting here and I push the button for my seat, this seat will start coming forward and squish me. Now I've just put the one next to me down, and I'm hit the one for me. And it does come down, and then when it feels me push back on my back, it goes back up. So if you have a small kid in here and this thing comes down, that's going to be a problem, I think. There is a sensor that tells it there's something there, but it was putting significant pressure on my back before it detected it and backed off and went back to the normal seat position. So this is something I would be very careful of if you're putting a small child back here, or if you have an animal in a carrying case like a cat or a small dog. Be very, very careful of these buttons back here, because this can be a problem if somebody hits this while they're sitting here. Just wanted to make you aware of that. All right, we are at the tailgate of this Jeep, and now it's time for cargo space action. You can open up the tailgate from the key fob. If you don't have it, you can come to the back. You can hit the button and up it comes. Nice electric assist on the way up, but instead of having the electric assist close up here, it is actually right down here inside the tailgate area, which is an interesting place to put it. Here are our carpeted floor mats right here, which is nice. We have our carpeted cargo cover here, and then if you take this out, we have more storage back here, and then underneath this is the spare tire. So thank you, Jeep, for including a spare. We also have a 12 volt here, and here is our power fold action for our third row and our mid row. So we want to put this down, hit the button, the right side goes down, you hit the other button, the left side goes down. Not bad on the speed. And now before I put the second row down, we have much more space. Let me get rid of these mats, carpeted floor mats. Now we have much more space in the back. And then if we want to drop the mid row, we're going to hit that. Down they go. Boom, 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 boom. Piece of cake. 1, 2, 3. Now you have ginormous amounts of room in this Grand Cherokee L for a ton of stuff. All right, we are on the road in this 2023 Grand Cherokee L. And it pulls really nicely. Nice linear torque delivery out of this naturally aspirated V6. Got it in sport mode, holding the gear nicely. Put your foot on the gas, you get the power. And that's all you can ask for. And a big SUV like this. Now you gotta remember, you're compromised on gas mileage, right? You're gonna get 21 miles to the gallon combined driving, that's the estimate. But for a big, huge SUV like this, that's not half bad, right? 4-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive biased, elongated version with the L. That's not half bad, because that's the same combined mileage you're getting out of a Hyundai Palisade or a Kia Telluride, which are much smaller than this. So overall, I would say it's a win on gas mileage, considering how big this truck is. It's fully capable on-road, off-road. Most people are going to be driving this on-road. They're not going to, I don't think most people will take it off-road. But if you want to take this off-road, it's plenty capable to handle anything an off-road trail is going to throw at it, for sure. Plenty of visibility, which is great when you're in a vehicle this large, is to have good visibility so you can see everything. And this has great visibility. Front visibility out of the windshield is great. Side glass is great. Side view mirrors is great. With digital rear view mirror, unimpeded look out the back of the SUV, which is important. You know, I have the blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, traffic sign recognition, all that safety sweet stuff, pedestrian recognition, night vision, all of that safety is in this vehicle. I do have a head-up display, which is nice as well. It gives me the speed limit on the road, my speed, the actual road that I'm on as well, and my driving directions on the navigation will show up there as well if I had something plugged in to the car's GPS system for a destination. So really, really great tech. Nice. Now the seats are a little firm. I expected them to be a little bit more cushy, but they're not. They're pretty firm, but I love the massage action you can turn on, and then you can decide, hey, I need it on my lower back, extend it, upper back, what type do I want, and all that good stuff. So I really like all that stuff. You have your parking assist, so if you have to parallel park this baby, the car will do it for you as long as you have everything set up correctly. So just really nice tech to make a vehicle this large easily livable in any situation, whether it's out in the country, whether it's in the burbs, whether it's in a downtown city area where you need to parallel park. There's not many places anymore where you can where you need to parallel park. You know, in New Jersey, for me, that's going into Princeton now and again for dinner, where you need to parallel park. But other than that, most people don't need to parallel park anymore, but they got it in there just in case. Panoramic roof, fantastic. Ride quality, nicely damped. It's firm ride, but it's nice and smooth. No creaks, no rattles, no rolls coming out of the vehicle's body structure. So I think it's well put together. And the one thing that blows me away is I haven't been inside a Jeep in a long, long time. And for years, Jeep interiors were garbage. They were cheap plastic interiors that, you know, didn't live up to the price they wanted for the vehicle. This Summit, and I know this is, you know, one step from the tippy top, because the Summit Reserve is the tippy top, but this one's right up there. This interior is beautiful. These leather seats with the diamond pattern in the copper with the cross stitch with the wood, it's just gorgeous. So Jeep has stepped up their game like big dogs on the interior, which I think they had to do, and I think they've done it, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. The question becomes, at the end of the day, is this something that you want as an end consumer? Because, you know, it is a large SUV. The regular Grand Cherokee is a bit smaller, a bit less expensive. But if you need like a full size, this is where I think this really pops right in there nicely. If you need a really big SUV, like a full size Chevy Tahoe, Ford Expedition size, Cadillac Escalade size, right? Grand Wagoneer size. This one is close, dang close, and you got plenty of room for large adults in the third row. And it's going to save you 30 to 40 grand, because this one is blinged up to just about everything you really need or want in a car, and you're at $70,000, which I know is a lot of money. But those other cars I just mentioned, you're going to be mid-80s, 90s, over $100,000, and in some cases with the Escalade bordering on $150,000. So this will get you 90% there for the full-size SUV market and save you a ton of money. So I think for that reason, if you need a larger SUV, whether it be for a large family or for work, this Grand Cherokee L is worth taking a look at, taking for a drive, and deciding for yourself what you would like in a large vehicle, because I think it's very good. I think it is a good spot for Jeep to put it in the lineup, and that price point at 70, and if you go the Grand Cherokee L at a lower trim level, you know, you can get it down to mid to low 60s and then save yourself a ton of dough. So that's kind of my view on this Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Now we're going to get out of here and just move it. Now again, the naturally aspirated V6, not the fastest, but I made the U-turn, got it up to speed, and got it going back down the road again. It's enough. The V6, I think, is enough. Not the fastest, probably 7 to 8 seconds, 0 to 60. But who cares? It's enough to get this car moving and down the road, and it will be enough for you to handle things off-road. I really wish I could take this vehicle off-road and show you that action, but there really isn't a place for me to go. This is a brand new vehicle that is for sale on a dealer lot. It's not a press car that I get for a week, because right now I don't get press cars because I have a small channel. So I have to take the cars from the dealers, and certainly I can't get this all muddy and then send it back to the dealer and say, here you go, thanks a lot. And then they have to spend a lot of time cleaning it. So that is the reason why I'm not going to take this on an off-road course, but it is fully capable to go off-road. Give me your opinion on this Grand Cherokee L. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you own a new Jeep Grand Cherokee or Grand Cherokee L. How do you like it? How is it behaving itself? How are things going? How much have you driven it? If you're looking at a vehicle in this market, would you put this on your list? Would you cross-shop this with one of the other brands I mentioned earlier? Chevy Tahoe, Ford Expedition, the biggest two, Escalade. Would you consider this over one of those? Let me know in the comments. I think you should at least put it on your list to test drive, but let me know in the comments what you think. I want to thank Ciocca Car and Truck Country of Flemington, especially Ali at the dealership, for allowing the channel access to this vehicle for review today. I would also like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this review, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.